This week, Merriam-Webster announced their word of the year: polarization. They define it as division into two sharply distinct opposites. It's so predictable. Another entry in the fear-mongering playbook that's been running for generations. The truth is, we're not nearly as divided as they want us to believe. They is the handful of elites, like the Davos crowd and others of that ilk, who want us to view neighbors who vote differently as our mortal enemy. That's because they need us at each other's throats. Why? Because a united population starts asking uncomfortable questions. If my neighbor isn't the problem, then who is? Who's actually pulling the strings and cashing the checks and inflating the money away and consolidating power? The Roman Empire kept its citizens placated with bread and circuses to prevent revolt. Colonial powers stoked ethnic and religious tensions to maintain their grip. In modern democracies, elites fan the flames of cultural and ideological conflicts to distract from systemic issues like corruption, inequality, and unchecked power. Sure, some people genuinely clash over identity or ideology, or even who their neighbor voted for, but these conflicts are often smaller than they seem. The media amplifies them, turning minor disagreements into existential crises, because conflict is great for ratings. Meanwhile, in the real world, we actually agree on a lot. We want to afford gas and groceries without taking out a second mortgage. We want our kids to grow up knowing right from wrong, going to schools that educate rather than brainwash, and living in a country where their dreams are achievable. People are growing tired of narratives that don't reflect reality. The results of the U.S. election this past November are a hint at that fatigue. The message from the American people was unmistakable. We are sick and tired of the bullshit. Could this shift in mindset signal something bigger? Are we witnessing the breaking apart of mass formation, as described by Dr. Matthias Desmet? When people reconnect with reality and each other, the grip of mass formation starts to crumble. Nothing scares the establishment more than unity. A divided population is easy to control. A united one is unstoppable. Merriam-Webster might want polarization to define 2024, but it doesn't define who we are. As the cracks in the smokescreen widen and the light shines through, we're seeing the manipulation for what it is, and finding each other again, not as enemies, but as neighbors and friends. Let's make sure that, in 2025, the real polarization isn't between citizens, but between the people and a system that's determined to keep us divided. Follow Collapse Life for more insights and analysis.